Thank you.
Cara.
Floor is Richard's. We've got you down for 5 minutes.
I think I was out for 10 actually.
You are indeed. In fact, I've just checked my. I've just checked my screen.
We'll keep it as quick as we possibly can. Kia ora, everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Fantastic. And honestly, in all absolute honesty, well done for bringing it as far as you have. I think this is breaking stuff. Really, no other council in all the years we've been doing this. I started doing this in 15 years ago, and we're actually starting to put some real serious boots on the ground. So fantastic. But of course, we're not going far enough or fast enough. And the thing that is in the way is the money system itself. None of this is achievable within capitalism. All the time we have a currency. That's the defect in the whole apple barrel that will rot everything. We've tried to do great things for 100 years. And how's the last 50 years gone? As we've consumed and we've reached those planetary, those social, those intellectual, those emotional boundaries, it's all coming crashing down, isn't it? And more of the same, greatest respect to the business people, but we cannot do business as usual. At the end of the day, is it possible to have the 8 pillars on the screen, please? If not, I've got them here, but that would be great if whoever's controlling the screen, if we could have the 8 pillars from the strategy.
Our officers haven't received.
No, they haven't. No, I just wondered if you'd have your slides on there, but that's fine. I think everyone's seen the 8 pillars that form the basis of the strategy, and they all align with where I've come from for the last 15 years, the beyond money proposals. And that's the only proposal that will fit with integrity that will support all those 8 pillars. We can't do any of them under capitalism. As has already been pointed out, we can't just look at the climate thing because there's a few other things going on out there, isn't there? We can't even afford to look after ourselves properly. Even the wealthy amongst us, which is becoming fewer and fewer, we're getting sicker and sicker. Everything's unbelievably expensive now. Our young people have nowhere to live. We can't even fulfill the first line of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is a genuine basket case out there, a slow motion, literal poly-crisis train wreck. But if we abandon the monetary system itself, suddenly we are re-empowered. We get to choose again. And it's in all the 8 pillars. I don't know who came up with that. Magnificent. But it's got to be backed by integrity. If we stop using money, we can essentially abandon about 90% of our business activity. It's not actually essential. But I've been 45 years in big aviation, transport aviation, those great big airplanes, operations, maintenance, flying, all my working life. And they have to have integrity. They will not work without integrity. We only do things that have to be done. And in our society, I mean, New Zealand exports are a great example. Do we have to export all those logs, all that wine, all that meat, all those milk products? Who can afford them? I believe butter in New Zealand is 65% increase in price in the last year. And the place is, was it 6 million cows, but no butter for you, my friend. Who's it working for? Who can actually afford it? When I came to New Zealand 20 plus years ago, yes, that culture, we're feeding the starving millions, and we sort of were. But now, niche products, targeted markets, 11 micron wool underpants, the best Sauvignon Blanc in the world, marbled steak of origin. Who can afford that stuff? It's not the Bangladeshis, is it? It's not the Syrians. It's not even regular Kiwis anymore. And that's what is really causing the climate crisis in the first place. Ordinary, well-meaning, good, empathetic, decent human beings, which 99+% of us are, trying to get some money tokens to buy things from the other side of the fence. We have an abundance of absolutely everything we need. It can be almost effortlessly produced by volunteers. We love to volunteer. It feels so great to volunteer. The best thing you can do is to give to somebody else, isn't it? It's the best feeling in the world. I mean, all you guys, it's not a great paying job, is it? You've put your whole lives into this stuff because you love it and because you care about other people, and you're walking around shackled, chained, concrete on your feet, our amazing technology, that fantastic farming capability, all our wonderful learnings over the last 100 years, and we can't even feed kids. It isn't working. Everyone wants it to work, and when we get the money out of the way, it will work. We could reduce our production of the aforementioned commodities by 90%, and nobody would be worse off. So effectively, we could all go to work, just round figures, indulge me, we could go to work 1 day in 10 with the same lifestyle. I would suggest it would be a better lifestyle if you only went to work 1 day in 10. All that traffic, all those trucks, all those machines, all that boiling off water to make milk powder, just don't do it. We don't even need any more energy. We don't need another transport link. We don't even need any more houses. I believe there's 40-something thousand empty houses in New Zealand and 18,000 homeless people. I think that was pre-COVID. Why can't you get into a house? It's not hard, is it? What's the barrier to getting into a home in New Zealand? I don't even have to say it, do I? We've got a lot of building materials out there. We've got a lot of empty space. We've got a lot of astonishing machines that can just effortlessly produce things, I mean, almost for fun, you know. But you want one of those things to dwell in? When I started doing this 10 years ago, so now I used to say it takes 2 salaries to buy a home. And then someone corrected me about 5 years ago. No, Richard, more like 3 salaries, mate. You'll need a lodger too. Just to buy some shelter when the materials are produced in abundance in huge factories. 4x2 comes out a mile a minute, doesn't it? Those diggers, those cranes, those nail guns, those laser frame. But if you want to buy one, what's in the way? What would we really do? We don't even have to wait for the government, for approval from Donald Trump or Elon Musk. What do they have to do with Kiwis on the West Coast? We are entirely able to completely empower ourselves to do everything that we need. And if nobody volunteers to do something, then it doesn't matter, does it? There is not a single activity out there that won't be done by enabled, educated, connected volunteers. Of course, I grew up in the UK. We have the word status, but I didn't know what mana meant until I came to New Zealand 20 plus years ago. And that's why this system will work, because we want to be appreciated by our community, our whānau, our families. We want to be valued for something we've contributed. That's what makes us feel good. That's why we're called humankind, because we want to do the right thing. All these people and all the other politicians I've come across in the last 15 years, they want to do the right thing. They just can't afford it. So if we get the money out of the way, we can be in utopia. Literally, utopia. This place is utopia. We could have lived anywhere in the world, and we came to Nelson after a lot of review because it's paradise here. And it could be paradise for everybody, not just for the rich. And as we're seeing with the climate situation, even the rich don't get away with it, do they? But currently, we've got a lose-lose scenario with no solutions. Once we get the money out of the way, we have total win-win. Why not aim for utopia? Not just the most we can afford. We can't even afford what we've been doing for the last 50 years. And how do we get the money? By scraping our resources off the land and selling them to rich people overseas. We don't have to do that anymore. It's paradise. Much of this, a councillor here, I shan't mention, 10 years ago was in a school class when I was presenting, and those kids, they knew it then. Much of this comes from young people saying, can we do this? Can we do that? And they were right. And they weren't given 50 years of brainwashing by the monetary system that's destroying us. It's very exciting. Thank you so much. I even wrote a book about it because we didn't have an election last year. You get it on Amazon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions, I suppose? Yeah.
Any questions, colleagues? The Deputy Mayor.
Thanks, Richard. I remember the class well. Just to sort of put this in terms of the focusing in on climate strategy, as much as I'm sure we could have a very enjoyable conversation about economic analyses and dissecting that, is essentially what I heard was sort of 3 key pillars in your view for meeting the climate crisis, which is a mass reduction of consumption in general, a significant redistribution of resources within as they're currently distributed, and a fundamental sort of pulling away or disconnection from the global economy?
The first two, absolutely. The third one is entirely voluntary. Do we really need the rest of the world? And what is New Zealand's position? Hypothetically, in the rest of the world, we're seen as leaders, aren't we? We are the spear tip of human civilization, you might say, in broad terms. And if New Zealand is even started to be seen to take something like this seriously, the rest of the world's going to think, yeah, that's interesting. We want to help those guys, just like we give aid to other countries. And I mean, is there any other solutions out there? Maybe the Australians will say, no, capitalism's serving us very well. It's all good over here. Or they might actually want to take part in this.
Famously, no global intervention against shifts away from capitalism.
No. Cool.
Thanks, Deputy. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks so much.
Our next submission is